Hello and welcome to Against the Storm. In the last episode, we started the settlement in the Forbidden Lands, where every glade is a forbidden glade, holding a deadly challenge for us to solve. Um, every single one of these is going to be difficult, and yet we are going to continue to cut into them. We currently have a rain punk foundry, which can make parts when we want it to. But currently we're creating infused tools to solve the events, including these abandoned caches, but also the next Forbidden Glade. Currently, our people are carrying the Spark Dewback in order to start making parts, and I want to put a warehouse right next to it just to increase our part production. They still have to walk all the way over here to this hearth, but if you check it out, there isn't really a better place to put a hearth right now. That would be the best, but I really don't think it's going to add that much. So we'll refrain from focusing on that for now. If you hold down the Alt key, you can see where everyone is assigned. And I really like to use this to kind of check and make sure that my population's where I think it should be. So we've got some production wheels spinning around these lizards, meaning that they have a 25% chance or 15%, 10% chance of doubling their yield. These ones have the blue aura, which means they're getting +5 resolve. I threw the person in here to start claiming the clothier for us. Our woodcutters camps are back to beavers for the 10% chance of doubling their yield. We've got humans in the rain collector, a human in the workshop, 2 humans as herbalists, and we're trying to regain all our food after that living matter. We've got 2 beavers in this hut. Looks like they're just about done collecting up the last of these crystallized dew for our tools. And we're also almost done building the granary, where we can start working on our packs of crops if we want, which we will not do yet. And if we ever get the materials for this, we will start to make some pickled goods, but we can't do that yet. Instead, this is just going to be a fabric recipe that we can now turn off in here. Return the plant fiber, and we're good to go. We've also got this forum going up, which will help us get more bonus yields. An additional 15%, which will bring us up to 25% total on those production spinning wheel things. Jobs. So yeah, let's let time run. So this has a human specialization, which is great. We are going to let the human continue to build out a little bit before we stash him in here, because we're not really desperate for fabric right now. But I'll set that limit to 20. I'm a little nervous to cut into this glade this year, because it's so close to the storm, we won't have a chance to solve it before the storm starts. But we'll cut into it before the storm's over, in order to maximize our time to deal with it. I guess I should turn this priority up. I'm digging this infused tool recipe though. We've already got 4. They're twice as strong as regular tools, and we're making them. This is a great start to a playthrough. You know, first thing we picked was crystallized dew. Second thing we got was the rain punk foundry to make stuff out of that dew. There's no copper on this map, so it's going to be really hard for us. my goodness. Then this is just going to be a place where we can make cloth into our coats. And potentially we could make water skins if we find some leather. We're going to be low on food for a while, which also makes me nervous about cutting into a glade in case it's more living matter to eat up our food. I think our people need to eat. Our clothier is done, so we can drop those and pop a person in here just to make, say, 20 coats. Yeah, we can make it 50. It's only one cloth per. It's a massive value increase. Woodcutter's camp is done, which means we want to move it over here and to over here. And we'll control cut this stuff. And get ready for our next seasonal cut during the storm. We are at hostility 2 though, so we're probably going to be dropping all of these woodcutters. In fact, the moment that it shifts, we should probably already preemptively be out of it. Okay, so we could put one more back in. We can put 2 guys in here to help plow and carry. That is a lot of crystallized dew, and they're already carrying 10 back. That is great. These guys have the tools. They could definitely use more spark dew, but we're working on it. And then I think that's what we can do. Throw a couple humans in here. Hit this storm right. Making tools, just getting ready. We are getting corruption, but only at 33% right now. We will probably need a blight post by the end of this next year. But our people are eating. We're running out of food sources that we can gather since it's really just the eggs right now after these mushrooms are gone. So it's going to be nice to find something else. Oh, we need bricks. Which we could get for this thing. Yeah, we really don't have a way of making bricks right now. Oh. Our resolve ticked up. Oh, we gained a lizard from our egg production. Wasn't expecting that. So, yeah, we gain 1 lizard for every 25 eggs produced. That's great. More workers! Yay! And then we've got 23 seconds left in the storm. And we'll be ready to go to punch into this glade. I don't know why I moved them like that, but that's okay. Go ahead and cut. We may as well look at our cornerstone. Rigorous training has made your scouts exceptionally efficient. For every 5 villagers with the need for brawling fulfilled, the chance for bringing back twice as many goods from events is increased by 20%. No, thank you. A joint venture with the Stormwalkers Guild can be very profitable. You'll gain 15 amber every time a new group of villagers arrives, but you'll lose all stored amber upon choosing this cornerstone. Ooh. Maybe. All farms can plant mushrooms on the fields during drizzle season. That could be interesting, especially with the 25 times it's produced mushroom thing. Now, it's not as effective on farms, but it is limitless. There's nothing the forest hates more than fire. Every 5 villagers with the need for religion fulfilled decreases the forest hostility by -25. Okay. So we might choose the amber thing because that sounds really good. But how much amber do we have? We only have 6? That's totally fine. Yes, we will pick that one. 0 amber, but we're about to get 15. That is super cool. I wonder if this, a new group of villagers. Okay, so it's probably just the newcomers, not just when 25 eggs are produced, for instance, maybe. So these beavers are placing out this in this field, so I might be pulling someone else to chop my trees for now. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do this. Just to maximize. Oh, that feels bad. If I hadn't pulled these bricks out, then I could have built this already. But we're gonna force sliver when we're done with those. Get to 14 tools delivered. Let's see what's in our forbidden glade. A fisherman outpost, some caches, more fertile soil, which I love, and then some nodes to grab. Though the eggs are large, so it is looking like we need a trapper's camp. But that'll get us a lot of lizards. So what do we have here? So for some resin, cooked and raw food in the warehouse is disappearing at a rate of 6 items per second again, while it's being worked on. With each fallen tree, the fishermen grow closer. Global resolve is hit by a penalty of -2 for every 5 fallen trees, so don't chop trees during this, which is fine. We've got plenty of fuel right now. Losing the food is going to hurt. Fishmen are small and cunning enough to sneak into a settlement and poison the food supply. Villagers have a 25% chance of death after eating. Oh, we cannot afford to wait on that. +2 to berry production. Insects off of mushrooms sounds good for every 2 mushrooms produced. Oh, that's cool. And 5 tablets. Yeah, we're definitely going to go with this. You know, Queen's Impatience is nice, and 20 amber is nice, but we're about to start getting so many. We do need to double assign people here, but that's fine because we can't even cut trees right now. We're not allowed. So let's go ahead and throw some beavers on that and get it going. And then we still have our tools to use to get bricks, hopefully. Yeah, we can get people started on this. And we'll get the stone to make tools, or just to make bricks. And then we can start finishing up some other things. Sounds good. So this is our economy. Let's see what our trader has to offer in 2 minutes. Another farmland is great. We're going to probably put berries on this one. So I guess we'll get prepared for that. Then I want a path going this way, and a path going this way, a path going this way. We've got newcomers and 15 amber now, if I read that correctly. Let's take the group of 5 that come with tools and parts. Now they're still carrying the resin out there, so they're not working on it yet. And they might even take a break. Yeah, they're taking a break before they start. So it's more than 4 minutes that they have to spend on this thing. So actually, while they're eating all our food, maybe we should not be collecting food. So you will go to the land of dead collectors' camps. Yes, I know we're low on food, but we have to solve this. So I could be building the blight post right now, and I probably will. And our trader arrives. The clay pit could be good for bricks. But we're going to commit on the berries and the tools. I think we have another trade related thing. Ah, yes, we get parts. So what do we do here? I think we sell the ancient tablet, even though we need 3 of them. I think we sell some cloth. And I don't know if we pick up the clay pit or not. I definitely want to get the bonus to plant fiber. So let's definitely pick up some amber here. Let's go ahead and make it the 12 that we're going to need, and I'll go ahead and buy this. And then we'll trade for the other 12 to get the clay pit. And, oh, don't throw any food on there. Maybe some pottery. No. About cloth. We'll just save some cloth on the deal. Okay. I can throw on one of those. Cool. We'll trade this, even Steven. Grab our clay pit. I'm cool with that, because now we have a way that we could potentially steadily make clay, right? So let's say we build the clay pit here. And then we could still farm berries over there. Let's do it. And we're just waiting for this event to finish. May as well build up a bunch of stuff. Keep our tools up. We're working on getting those bricks to build this and this, which will increase our chance of production bonuses. Also, we never built the decorations in our hub, so we should definitely do that. And I happen to know that we want to get the next tier as well. So luckily this will hold 3 people, and they turn spark dew into clay and reeds, so we'll get the clay for now. And I'm a little worried about our spark dew production, but that's fine. We'll just keep going with it. Our vent's still running. We're going to investigate this one to complete our tablet quest. Throw a person in here to make the coats. I love it. I love to see it. All that crystallized dew. So they all made clay very quickly. We are going to need a lot more spark dew to keep that running. So I guess we'll build another rain collector. And we've got orders. Yay, orders. So we need to sell 60 worth of goods to get traders to show up faster, some tools, and new people. We can make a lot of packs for some materials, or we can sell stuff quickly to traders and have water skins to get 4 copper bars per minute and all of this other stuff. Plus 5 water skin production would be sweet. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to accomplish that, so we'll just pick the slow trade 60 recipe. Oh man, we are short on bricks, which is a good reason to have this clay pit up and running, right? Going to allow our workshop to make bricks like it's designed to do. This thing is still running. Oh, nope, it's not. Okay, we can start harvesting food again. All hands on deck. We need both of those slots filled. And we don't have any woodcutters right now, which is a real shame. But I think this crystallized dew is kind of important for the brick production and the tool production. But actually, we probably have enough at this point in terms of clay and stone for the bricks for now, so we could switch some of these people back to cutting trees. get this farm up and running as fast as we can. Now, as we unlock more reputation points, these little blue tick marks down here represent new blueprints that we get to pick. So that random number generator, where we can expand our economy. Now we do have the 5 tablets. We'll turn it in for the better packs. 20 amber, 2 extra people, 1 reward point, which gets us one of those blueprints. We do definitely want to get the Trapper's Camp. The temple's kind of cool, right? Another service building. I do like the Carpenter typically, and small farms are great, but we are picking the Trapper's Camp. This is going to allow us to get the larger nodes of the meat and insects and eggs, and it's something that our lizards excel at. So now we can pick up this big meat and these big eggs and start feeding our people. Now, also this next year, we're going to be planting a bunch of berries, and that'll help feed our people as well, and that'll be great. I have decided that it is probably best that we take advantage of that new camp, the the Trapper's Camp, and we will place that out to get a second set going. The eggs, I think, are going to be our best option, which will give us more lizards, more meat, and it'll give us eggs and meat, while the meat over here will give us leather, which is not a food product. So we'll place this down right over here, I guess. And then get some of these trees chopped down in the last 25 seconds, hopefully. Lizard resolve is already low. Because of food. We're building houses. Okay, so it's time to pull out the beavers to try and drop our hostility. Ooh, and it's still gonna be 2. Guess that's from our population and time passing. Yep. So we're just gonna get these trappers camps online and pray for the best. Looks like we need to start burning some wood. To save our people. It's a good thing we've got plenty to burn. And then we're going to need to find some way to reduce our hostility. Maybe getting people in jobs that suit them better would be a good idea. Favor the lizards to save them. Throw in some lizards to maybe burn off some cysts before the storm's over. And speaking of burning cysts, we do not want them to burn the cysts in our tool shop. And I think that's it. I think we're okay with them burning the cysts and the rain collectors. the crude workstation, and the granary. Our corruption's holding out at 37%. Oh, but we are burning so much stuff. It's worth it to keep the people, though. And we made it. Okay. New cornerstone. All recipes using metal and ore will be produced 33% quicker. Okay, so that would be our tools. That would be created faster. That'd be really nice. Especially since that's a good trade commodity if we run out of things to use the tools on, which I can't imagine we will. Travel cost on trade routes is reduced by 1. Doesn't apply to routes already in progress. This effect scales along with the quantity of goods exported. We're not really in a position to do trade routes right now, so we're going to skip that. A new type of grain. Gain 3 mushrooms for every 10 grain produced. We're not producing grain, so we won't do that. It's not on the ground either. And 3 roots per minute is kind of nice, but you know, that might help us with our constant food drain. And it would be a diversity of food. But I think either a reroll or just taking the metal and ore cornerstone's going to be our best bet. You know, I'm curious. Does that affect this recipe time? I bet not. Because it doesn't have a time listed here. But it should affect our parts recipe at 1:40 and our infused tools at 50. So let's check. $39 in 1:18. Okay, that's much faster, right? So I'm satisfied with that. And then we're about to get newcomers, which will give us 15 amber, and then a trader after that. Cool. Now we actually need to put some beavers back to work cutting trees. We could probably cut this down. Because we've kind of made our short supply of bricks. I'll pull that human out of respect. And I don't think I need 3 beavers in there. We'll cut that down to 2. Which means that I can put 2 in here. Make that a human. Fill up this trapper's camp when it becomes available. So I could rush into another forbidden glade, but I don't think that's going to be to our advantage right now. We still have a lot of caches to open up and kind of an economy to stabilize. One more glade would get us another point, but really that's just a Forsaken Altar activation, and I'm not sure we're going to do that. I should stop favoring the lizards. There's no reason to do that for now. And I can pull him out, and I can throw them in here, and hopefully we can catch up on food this year. especially with these berries that they're putting out. So I want them to clear off these fields so that we can get more and more berries. Newcomers have arrived. Well, because we are producing lizards off of eggs, I think we'll just pick the beavers here. It will be nice to get another hearth going because our population is so big. So we might need to focus on that placement. All our hearths will reduce the hostility of the forest, as well as give us other stacking modifiers as we place out the decorations and move people into their radius. We do have a lot of people now, so it is kind of time to start branching our economy up. I think we need to cut into there. Which might mean cutting into this glade. But we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can just bank some eggs. Get the double meat. Get some lizards. And hopefully get this forum to help with our production yields. Oh, we do have the 16 bricks now. I think it's important that we place down enough housing for people right now. And we'll go ahead and place down some housing for future people. Especially since our trader is about to come in. This glade event is looking pretty tasty for that 20 amber. But yeah, we don't need to make that choice right now. We're about to get our trader. It's definitely worth filling those slots in. It's probably worth filling these slots in. And these. Now that we have the population to support it. Throw a human into there. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I like it. We still have 4 builders. Or 4 people to go in the forum. 3 people to go in the forum and 1 to keep building. Now with that plus 15% chance on the bonus production yields, hopefully we start getting bonus everything. So we were able to finish off those farm fields, which should be enough to get our quest done. When they're built, we just have to do the packs of crops, right? The easy part. We'll just let everything run. So we have our next trader here. We have 50 amber worth of infused tools right now. That is great to know. And they're willing to sell us infused tools as well, just in case we needed it. But what we will probably be buying is scrolls and ale. And you know what? This looks like a nice purchase. Go for bleeding trees. We already turned in our ancient tablet quest, so we can sell these pretty handily with 2 tools, since we don't really collect those anyway. We can sell these copper bars since we don't collect those. And there we go, 94. So we may as well pick up like a brick or two. We can sell them some coats. That's a perfectly even trade. We take those. Now we still have 23 amber to spend. So we could just pick up some bricks. Even though I think we have that covered. We could buy the working hard and smart thing. Let's do it. And I feel comfortable with that. Now we're going to have some hard time with hostility again, as I was talking about, but what are you going to do? So these scrolls and leisure will increase our people's resolve. So that should help. And here we go. So now they're going to farm it all up. Finish chopping out these forested areas. Can we build the hearth? Looks like no. We would need to cut into this glade to do that. So we'll go ahead and do that next year. We've got some food. But not really what I would call a lot. It is going to be quite a few blight rots that we're going to be dealing with soon. As our population increases, that's inevitable. Woodcutter's camp is done. That's fine with us. Let's put them over here and start clearing out for the new hub we're building. And since it's a new hub, we should build a warehouse. And that's a fine path for me. Our beavers are at 32 resolve. We got our plantation quest done. Maybe we'll get our beaver quest done. Get ourselves a new building. Oh, this root deposit might be getting in the way too. So it's probably worth building the foragers camp, eh? We got our order done. We'll deliver that. Burning 25 cysts is going to take a long time. But you know, hey, maybe it's possible. Let's go. Okay, so we're in the storm, which means we're gonna probably lose some people. Because our hostility is up there. We can pick a new thing. A new building. Where we will probably re-roll this. What am I looking for, you might ask? It's a good question. The monastery would reduce our hostility by a whole level. And it would allow us to fulfill the religion from the quest we just picked up. Now the complex food looks kind of tasty. Plus there's a chance to generate some oil. But I'm still thinking that it's between the druid's hut with a great oil recipe and the chance to make the incense, or just a monastery. I think we just go monastery at this point. And we'll place that one out at our hub over here. Once it gets built at the end of this next season. We are at hostility level 3, which is going to be rough. And not everyone is housed, which is an oversight by me. Blizzard resolve being low is not good. Hopefully giving them jobs they like will help. I have 10 beavers to assign. Okay. Now I guess the clay pit would be a more fitting role for them so that I can put the humans in here. And then now would be a good time to grab our caches. I think we just take the points and the amber, and that will allow us to move forward through our game and pick up some more buildings. Yeah, we're about to lose a lizard. That's okay, it's just one. We get one of those every 25 eggs. All buildings cost 40% less, but every discovered resource node has 5 fewer charges. I don't think so. The forest recedes as heavily guarded trade caravans pour into the settlement. Hostilities reduced by -15 every time you sell goods worth 25 amber. That could be really nice, especially if it was retroactive, which it's not. 40 meat and 40 grain for every completed dangerous or forbidden glade event. That could be useful for us since every glade is a forbidden glade. Rigorous training has made your scouts exceptionally efficient. We've read this one before already. We're not fulfilling brawling. So I think we just pick this hostility reduction through trade, and we try and cheese that out a little bit. Since we're already trade focused, it shouldn't be too hard. Now we plug in our beavers again. Put a human in here, and a beaver in here. We need to cut in. New people. Let's take the lizards. Ah, yes. A Fishman lighthouse. Once upon a time, there must have been a coast and a harbor here. Now this place is haunted by fishmen, and the waters have withdrawn. An ominous light is coming from the top of the lighthouse. A strange and evil light is coming from the top of the lighthouse. It's mesmerizing the settlement scouts, causing them to work 50% slower on glade events. Ooh. And one inspiration point. This happens if we don't complete this in 10 minutes. While we're working it, the blinding light is pointed directly at the settlement's hearths, and firekeepers, a helpless fisherman, transform the sacred flame into a cold flame that increases hostility to the forest by 300 for every hearth in the settlement. It's only active when it's being worked. Oh my goodness, that's horrible. So we're going to get that started on right now. And let's do that with our population that's happier with us so they don't leave. But this will give us sea marrow if we keep it. Instead of bricks and sea marrow and barrel production. Yeah, we'll keep it. Now we can just favor the lizards to keep them around and deal with that averaging out. We do finally have some clay deposits, which is great, and a new building to pick. Woohoo! A great plank recipe is nothing to shy away from. Water skins might be nice, but we already have that, like a good cloth recipe. So I'm tempted to go for the lumber mill here, just for the better plank production, but you know, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, but it's not that. I've built 0 stone cutters camps, so we'll go ahead and get one of those started. So we can start making bricks, and there's our copper. This is where the +1 copper production would have been nice. With our remaining people, we can start picking up more points. Oh my goodness, our lizards are about to leave. Well, I guess they'll leave, you know? So we're going to go ahead and just pick the lumber mill. The ranch is kind of interesting because it gives us a chance to make eggs and meat. Pottery could be nice with those new clay deposits. Copper bars, possibly, but probably not. Flour recipe could be good, but we don't really have a renewable resource for that. It's a weird game. I think we just go for the oil recipe. Well, yeah, beavers like working in there and in there. I think this one's good for the lizards, but we don't really need it. And this one's also good for the lizards, but not in the resolve way. It says it's a 3x3. This one's a 3x2. Gives us access to some flour. We'll go for it. So we can build the lumber mill. And the press. Be happy to be rid of that lizard. So while we're working around on these things, our people are just busy. But we've got our trader now. Woodcutters move 20% faster. I really like this one. +1 to coal production is decent, but we are not in a position to take advantage of that. We could just buy a recipe, right? Lower hostility by 50 points. I like that one. We'll buy it. We've got so much amber. That's nice. So we'll go ahead and buy our leisure and our religion and our coats. And some amber for some amber. And some tools. And a perfect trade. Now you might be wondering, why am I trading amber for amber? Well, because, you know, I'll show you why. We are receiving parts every time we sell 25 worth of amber. And we are getting hostility reduction every time we sell 25 worth of amber. So it's probably worth selling an additional 5 amber right now. What else do we want to buy? We could afford to buy the flour and the barrels and the planks. And I say if we buy like 55 worth, that'll be decent. We can get some herbs, why not? $69.05 for our 70.64. Let's trade that. Then let's see where we're at. -90. We could sell another 9 amber worth, and we would be at a nice spot. I think we can do that. $10 amber. We'll get 30 of these. Trade. And we just cheesed out our hostility. We got a bunch of stuff from the trader. We're going to get more amber every time people show up. Our mushroom is starting to grow. And this is looking really nice. Plus we've got the extra clay production. And we've got some clay on the ground now. We're finishing off this to convert it to make sea marrow for us, which will make our future events go faster when we burn it in the hearth. And that is it for today. This is looking really nice. We finally got tool production on lock. We got clay coming in over here, which we can now convert this to reeds. Or actually, I'm fine with just dismantling this place. Return the stuff. Destroy it. Get some more fields for our plantation where we're making berries. There's also some plant fiber back here to be picked up. With our harvester's camp. Our herbalist camp doesn't have anywhere to go still, but that's fine. We do have the forager's camp going. And our woodcutter's camps are going. And all our events are going. So, this is it. We've started selling our education and our leisure. And we're pushing through. Anyways, if y'all could leave me a like and subscribe. If you've made it this far in the video, I'm sure it's worth it. Hit that notification bell. Anyway, it all helps support the channel. Appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. Love you. Have a good one.